and people were raising their hands to work on the streets in Port Harcourt. And we thought that it is not enough to get in the police and the army. We felt that you must provide, while providing physical policing, you must provide what we call social policing. And social policing meant economic activities. So, a set of situation we met up compelled us to immediately declare an emergency in education. If you remember, not more than 1 month in office, I declared an emergency in education. And I took over immediately the management of primary education. And I inherited the payment of the salary of teachers in primary education, and I still pay till today. I pay 2 billion naira on behalf of the local government. So every month, I give them 2 billion naira. The reason for doing that is because I know that the foundation to education is where? Primary. Once it fails, you're joking with the rest. So I took over, and I began to pay. And then there has been a steady increase in budget allocation to the education sector. We started with 16% in our budget in 2007 to an annual average allocation of 28%. So every year we do 28%, higher than what UNESCO recommended. And capital cost for us is 99.2%. We don't do more recurrent and less capital. We focus on capital to develop it, and then recurrent can come later. In 2010, 79% of the total approved capital was concentrated in 5 areas. The building of 150 model primary schools, percent. I have a very big voice, I can go ahead. The completion of 5 number model secondary school plus extra facilities, 15%, building of new model secondary school, 14%, and the completion of the balance of the ongoing school building project started in 2009. The 2011 shifted to the completion of 5 model schools plus extra facilities. The free education program, 14%. The building of 150 model primary schools, 12%. Furnishing of new 250 primary schools, 11%. And the procurement of ICT equipment in 250 schools, 10%. In 2012, more than 70% of the approved capital estimates focused on the completion of 5 model secondary schools, building of 150 model primary schools, 12%, the free education program supply of school materials, 12%, furnishing of new 250 primary schools, 11%, and the procurement of ICT equipment in 250 schools, 12%. Provision of the hardware, infrastructure, upgrade, building of schools and refurbishing of old schools, free and compulsory education, takeover of primary schools, teachers' payment from the local government councils, teacher education and capacity building. The greatest resource a nation has is its human resource. And to enhance its human capital development, the Ministry of Education is devoted to continuous teacher training and retraining in order to encourage specialization and efficiency. The Ministry of Education, in partnership with the British Council and Cambridge University, introduced the TKT Essentials Training and Certification. Today, well over 10,000 teachers across the 23 local government areas of Rivers State, 75% of which are primary and junior secondary schools, have received in-service training. 65% are in Port Harcourt, Obiakpor, and Ikwere. 3,000 teachers have been tested on the test of teaching knowledge, teaching methodologies by the British Council. The Ministry of Education is also conducted an audit of its teaching personnel in order to ascertain how the training so far delivered to teachers is being put to use in the classrooms. Annually, the Universal Basic Education Board and the Senior Secondary Schools Board conducts teacher professional development training for teachers. The Universal Basic Education Board annually conducts teacher professional training for over 2,500 teachers. Certification, recertification of teachers and verification of credentials. This one is a big fight between us and teachers. We insist that after 3 to 4, 5 years, your certificate should be renewed by writing a fresh exams to know whether you are moving forward. If not, too bad. Then teacher recruitment. In 2013, you are aware we recruited 13,201 teachers. The easiest way to know was that the day we were to give them their letter of employment, Mbu went there and shot them with tear gas. Remember? That's the easiest way to remember that. Because they were chased away by Commissioner Mbu, that they were gathered there to protest against the president, which means it is illegal to protest against the president. But they went and they were chased away. We had to arrange another means by which we would give them their certificates. It wasn't easy for us. It was difficult to pay them, but we've managed to pay 10,000 of them. The last 3,201 will be included this month on our wage bill. We have relocated the university. We are building to relocate our state university. And then we have upgraded the University of Education, hoping that we can train our own teachers ourselves. Then migrant fishermen children's school, we put in place a process by which teachers can teach the children of migrant fishermen. And then there is school-based management committee. School-based management committee is to involve the rural community in managing primary schools, where you have chairman of the board of governors, then appointed by the governor. The community will bring one person, parents will bring one person, the teachers will bring one person, which is the headmaster, and their job is to manage the school, and we call them board of governors. We have established River State Quality Assurance Agency. Their job is to monitor the progress, the quality of teaching, and the quality of materials that we have in school. We are focusing on technical and vocational education. We've already signed an agreement with a German firm who are currently furnishing and equipping our new vocational training center, and they will teach for 6 years and hand over to the 30 teachers we have already trained in Germany to come and teach. Then, RSSDA scholarship. There are two kinds of scholarship. About 3,000 students are abroad from RSSDA scholarship, and I established that. Then there's the old scholarship, the River State Government Scholarship. That's one you say we have 1,039 students studying for their master's degree in Nigeria, 301 students studying for their PhD also in Nigeria, while there are 209 students studying overseas. Out of these, undergraduates 154 and 44 are studying for their master's degree. Over 100 students graduated from the University of Nottingham, Malaysia, and 5 of them made first class honors. 105 graduated in 2010, 2 of them made first class, and were awarded scholarship for further postgraduate study in that school. 93 students of Rivers origin were trained in Russia. 55 studying engineering and 38 studying medicine. They are back and they are doctors in our hospitals. 6 university lecturers from the River State University of Science and Technology were taken overseas to go and do a PhD program and come back to Nigeria to teach in the school. The monitoring learning achievements, the MLA, the monitoring learning achievement is an important exercise in the evaluation of any educational system. It is imperative to do this if any society must be able to articulate the effectiveness of policy decisions and the financial outlook of education. The River State Ministry of Education, in order to ensure and sustain effective learning outcomes, has conducted MLA surveys in all model primary schools in River State. It has also facilitated the school mapping survey and out-of-school survey report of school-age children in River State. The ministry is working towards ensuring the total eradication of the percentage of the population referred to as out-of-school children through education, advocacy, and sensitization. There is one thing the governor says he's doing here that I found difficult to do in River State because of money. One way to attract children to primary school is what? Feeding. I know that, but I'm looking for money because I'm already overburdened. If I had money, I would have introduced school feeding because more children will come to eat. More children will come to eat, and then from there they'll begin to learn. But we have financial challenges. So I congratulate you, Governor. Has River State eliminated all insecurity? The answer is no. Why haven't we done that? We are dealing with years of already established criminality and an idle population. However, as we began to provide free education and create jobs, we witnessed a steady reduction in crime. This was aided by significant expenditure in security and security agencies who were encouraged to take action against criminality by our political will. However, we began to witness a return of insecurity in 2013. We began to witness a return of insecurity in 2013, February, when aided by the police and federal might, in a bid to fight me, they brought out the criminals to the street. It's not that they were demonstrating. And since then, we have known no rest. Those who brought them out are safely in Abuja enjoying themselves. Me, I'm governor, I'm protected, but people on the streets are now beginning to witness what we had chased away, and they are beginning to witness it because they're coming back. And my campaign to River Sepo is easy. Vote out PDP and normalcy will return. Now, vocational education, we have adopted a German approach, work towards an education to employment goal. To do this, okay, that's about the last page. To do this, select a sector with high stable employment with interested large employers that lead the way in the sector, map current and short-term job demand, segment youth to develop customized solutions, focus on strengthening education by improved funding. UNESCO says 26% of the annual budget. Funding should be targeted at infrastructure development, training and retraining of teachers, adequate remuneration, provide for a good reward, but also punish bad behavior. Bridge the skills gap, review curriculum in line with current realities. Dynamic, not dogmatic curricula is why nations are able to leapfrog development. Begin adequate training for all subjects from primary level. Encourage science and technical education while not ignoring the arts and social sciences.